Welcome to all. Managing Forms and Databases in Visual Basic 6.0. Introduction to VB6 Form. What is a form? A form is a fundamental building block for designing the graphical user interface of an application in Visual Basic. It acts as a window or dialog box where various controls such as button and text boxes are placed to facilitate user interactions. Types of forms: standard form, MDI, that is multiple document interface, model form, modulus. In standard form, the main interface of a VB6 application. In MDI form, a container for child forms that can operate independently within the same parent form. In model form, it prevents interactions with other forms until it is closed. In modulus form, allows interactions with other forms while it remains types. Creating and designing forms in Visual Basic. Creating a new form. Open the VB6 IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. It is start by launching the Visual Basic Integrated Environment. Add a new form. Navigate to the menu bar and click on File Add Form. A dialog box will appear where you can select a standard form. Designing the form. Once the view form is added, use the dialog box to drag and drop controls like buttons and text buttons to the form. Each control can be customized by adjusting its properties in the properties window, including aspects such as its name and caption. In managing forms, it revolving a frame. If you need to remove a form, it accesses the Project Explorer window. Right click on the form you wish to remove and select Removes. This action will delete the form from your project. Integrating between the forms. It shows another form. You can use code, for example, in a button click event on a form, and that is shows this displays form 2. That is me hide one dot form 1. Role of database in applications. Databases are crucial for storing and managing data efficiently. They allow applications to perform operations such as creating, reading, and updating and deleting data. Common database technologies. In VB6, there are various methods to interact with the databases, including DAO, Data Access Objects, RDO, Remote Data Objectives, and ADO, Activist Data Objectives. ADO is the most widely used due to its flexibility and support for multiple data sources. Connecting to a database. Why use database? In VB, using database enables applications to store large amounts of data efficiently and perform crude operations using SQL, that is Structured Query Language. This allows for dynamic interactions with data, enhancing application functionality. Establishing a connection. To connection to a database, you need to set up a connection using ADO. Here's an example of how to establish connect to a Microsoft Access database. dim con AD ADODB connection set con equal to new ADOBD connection. Connection sharing equal to provider Microsoft Jet. Data source is equal to C. The path of using the database, multiple database management to open in Visual Basic. So, and then we are having so many types of reaches of using database and establishing the connection of using database in Visual Basic. That is various types of we are using in Visual Basic. One is add database of objectives, that is set CONN, and then add root for structured query language, that is SQL. So it is the provider for using Jet, Microsoft.Jet OLEDB dot 4.0, that is object oriented link embedded database management system. So that is the new connection for ADODB connection, that is it is assigned as a syntax for every types of creating a new program to connection to establishing the Visual Basic dim, that is it is assigned as an integer or such an assigned as a variable, that is assigned as an public or private, to used as an syntax error to connection the database to need to set up a connection using ADO. Here's and so many examples we are having in Visual Basic 6.0. One is examples of how to establish a connection to a Microsoft Access database through the Visual Basic. One is ADO, another one is SQL, in another one is ADODB, and connection string calculations are connecting the variables from one to another. So the connections we are having the syntax like CONN, that is ADODB connection set CONN equal to new ADODB connection con, that is CONN connection. We are minimizing this connection, the word of using variables when we are creating or comparing the string variables with the help of an assigning of an integer values, that is int or orr, dim and them. It is an assigning the provider for Microsoft Access to ADODB, OLEDB, and that is data source for 4.0. It is also the connect and the path of to create a database for managing database common.open. Thank you.